And I think that's, and I hopefully James Gunn, I think that's why they hired him, because they said,
Yeah,
you know what? You know all the sauce. You was over there.
Yeah.
You know how to bring that sauce over here. But I'm like, yeah, James Gunn was over there, but Kevin Feige is the real sauce. Like, he's the nigga.
Because he been fucking up with a lot of shit.
I don't think that's on him. I think once Bob Iger stepped down and Bob Chapek went in, I think Bob Chapek was trying to, Iger left Disney Plus.
Proud of you doing your research, because you named Bob Chapek. I'm like, nigga, who is that? Bob's second brother? Like,
listen, the nigga Iger had said that when he retired, that Disney Plus was gonna be the last thing he did. He wanted to go off on a high.
Mm-hmm.
Disney Plus, he wasn't really doing what it was supposed to do when he left. So I think that's where Chapek was like, let's make all these Disney Plus shows. Let's put all this stuff on Disney Plus to try to drive people there. But all it did is make people not like Marvel, because it was so much getting flushed in there that it was like, what the fuck is this? This ain't got nothing to do with this. This ain't got nothing to do with that. And they like, just wait, watch all of this, and then it'll make sense later. And people like, wait.
We don't want to, because
no.
We got to follow all this and watch movies, and then the movies that they came with was kind of boring. Like, people didn't really like Eternals like that. Ant-Man and Quantumanium was okay. Hawkeye, like the little movie that came out. Then they had the fiasco with Black Widow, where it was supposed to come out at a certain point. They didn't. On Disney Plus. They had to go through that lawsuit. Yeah. Falcon and Winter Soldier, people was kind of iffy on that. I liked it.
It was because it had a virus plot line, and then COVID hit, and they was like,
Secret Invasion wasn't good.
Nah, that was trash.
So it was just kind of all over the place, and they were still up in the air about what they're gonna do with the Netflix Marvel shows, like
the whole
Punisher.
multiverse. The whole multiverse saga was a little confusing.
They got out of control with it, where they could have just hand waved it away by saying a lot of the shit we did before. Because like, audiences aren't as stupid as they like to believe. Because like, for the longest time, they was like, we're not gonna do a Doctor Strange movie, or if we do one, it's not gonna be purely magic. It's gonna be like a little science explanation. And the audience has been watching Harry Potter and fucking mystical movies so if you say it's magic, okay. That's it. They don't gotta have a deep explanation on the lore or how the fucking shit work. It just works, and call it a day. I think what they fucked up was trying to tie every single thing into one thing, and then have infinite possibilities, when you don't need to tell us there's infinite possibilities. If a movie come out, and let's use Blade, for example. Wesley Snipes was Blade, and then they got a new actor. Well, that was a different universe. Plain and simple. You don't have to do no fucking 3-movie set to tell us that this was a new universe where as he go through the portal, he changes into LeBron James or somebody that they, you know what I'm saying? It don't need to be that. I think they got a little too multiverse crazy. It was like the multiverse of madness. But no, like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, Marvel just got out of control. At the end of
the day, I think the problem is they chose all the wrong characters. I think after Endgame, if you want to say, okay, Cap is gone, Iron Man is gone, who do we got left? Motherfuckers don't like Captain Marvel. Okay, so she's off the table. Now you look around. You got the Hulk. You can't do nothing with the Hulk because of the rights. If you do something with him, it got to be a team-up movie. Okay, maybe you throw Hulk in a Spider-Man movie. Maybe you do something like that. Shang-Chi, I liked that one, but it was like, well, damn, if you're going to give us a martial arts movie,
give us Iron Fist.
I'll take Shang, because Iron Fist on Netflix was so
whack,
trash
but
Shang-Chi was like,
that's another problem though. It wasn't no consistency either, because it was just like, and this happens in comic books a lot of times too, where there's nobody overseeing everything that's going on. So there's like one person doing a book where Batman is just like street level, and Batman is the only hero in like, they even had it like that, where it's like street level Batman, but then you got the Justice League shit with Batman in the Justice League, and they don't intertwine or cross over. Yeah. So you could be having an event that's happening in Gotham, but then people be asking questions like, what's going on with Batman? He's in the Justice League. And they're like, oh, these are two different characters. Are we going to separate it like that? So once they did come in and clean everything up, they had to use the multiverse as an excuse to say why these characters aren't doing this. But there were some shows that people like they liked it, Luke Cage, and they liked the Punisher, and they liked Daredevil, so they wanted those to transfer over.
But then it's like
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Iron Fist, maybe not so much.
I liked Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think that's the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones are the only ones that should have got mixed.
Yeah.
I think you take your loss. You say Iron Fist is not, that was Netflix shit. We don't want that. They can keep it. Because all of those Netflix shows did kind of mention stuff that happened in the MCU. Oh, they would just be like, oh, the attack on New York.
Yeah, you forgot the Inhumans. The purple didn't do good either.
That was trash.
See, but and they was trying to make that replace the X-Men.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to say mutants, and that's shit like that that was fucking them up, that they really couldn't do much. I think that, for me, what made me not like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was the fact that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have been the vehicle for all of these other characters to have like an episode or whatever. So Moon Knight should have had an episode. Like characters that you know wouldn't get a show or get a full episode, like Squirrel Girl. She could have got an episode, or we could have got a Namor episode, but the rights, whatever, with Fox. Like, it's so much shit that they had to sweep. But
I think that if that idea is actually great. I think if you wanna reboot it, I think you could bring Agent Shield back. Agent Shields is where you can use Luke Cage, where you can use Jessica Jones. You can have Daredevil go over there sometimes.
Give us adventures of Nick Fury and show him off and do little things.
Like, and then you can keep, if you want to do all that cosmic shit, you can keep all those people over there.
And then you can explain away some of those legacy characters or those actors not doing the role no more. Samuel Jackson was like 80 something. Yeah. So now you can give Maria Hill the opportunity now to take over S.H.I.E.L.D. like she did in the comic books. Yep. How that transfer over.
But they killed her too.
Yeah, but you could have had then you could have had Anthony Mackie as Captain America. You could have had like a whole Falcon and Winter Soldier a season
where he just running Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, so
you can just give him that.
Yeah, like then you can wrap up the Bucky threads. You don't need a whole show. Yeah. So now people was watching it on regular TV without having to pay a subscription.
I actually like that idea.
But you got to pay because Marvel gonna get their coin.
Anthony Mackie's not doing well in movies as far as the lead guy.
I liked it, Captain America.
I ain't saying it was bad. I'm just saying money-wise. The movie didn't do well. I think if you take him, you take Bucky, you put them as the leader of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that show will do great.
But he already part of the Thunderbolts now.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, too.
Hell, all them niggas on Thunderbolts, you can drop them in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
The only one you can't really do is the Sentry.
Yeah.
But then you just take him out and put him somewhere else.
And I'm going to get deeper into the comic books real quick. They fucked the Sentry up so much to where, like, the way they introduced the Sentry in the comic books was he basically was a character that always existed, but he made everybody forget.
Yeah. He was a druggie, too.
Yeah, but they kept fucking up his backstory. Because first they had it to where he was a drug addict, but then he wasn't. And then he had agoraphobia where he was scared of people. He didn't want to leave the house, and he made people forget. Then they made it to where, I wasn't a drug addict. I just made myself think that, and I always had these powers. Then they was like, no, we're going to do it to where he went to he broke into like a lab and drunk a serum. And then, is the void real? Is it not real? And then it was like, it culminated in the head to where he fought Molecule Man. Yeah. And he was like, now my powers is I can control everything from molecular level. So they just kept fucking with him and his story in real time to where they just was like, enough, and they had Thor killing.
I think a lot of fans need to let Marvel cook.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the Marvel fans, like you said, they get caught up in these comics and everything got to be like the comic. Oh, when I seen the comic, it was like this.
Yeah.
This ain't the comic, though.
But two, you
let
gotta,
a nigga cook.
As somebody who read the comics, you can't let Marvel have a long leash because they'll start doing stupid shit. And then like
we've already seen it.
Yeah, because like we said, the success got to their head where they started just green lighting shit from characters that you might. First of all,
Ironheart never did good in the comics.
Yeah.
To green light a TV show for her is wild.
Yeah, and then my whole thing is they fucked up Hawkeye from jump. Hawkeye was never gonna be this corny ass nigga. Hawkeye was like the Wolverine of the Avengers group. He was the cool nigga. He was the cold nigga with the arrow. He could do it. Like, he was so cold, then he became a different character. He became Ronin after Civil War. Yeah. But they even fucked that up. It's just like certain characters, I feel like Disney, like that side of Marvel, don't know how to make that translate.
Well, I think in their eyes, they use it as like, we're just trying to give you, how should I put it? Like how they recreate comic panels, but it's not for the sake of the character. It's just like a little nod to the
so they don't have to adhere
So I think Hawkeye, the fans of Hawkeye, right? But they were like, he's just like the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. that is like just around the Avengers and kind of helps them
They
out.
shouldn't have did
But
that.
his name is Hawkeye.
That was whack
And
for them to
then
do.
in Endgame, it was like, oh damn, what did Hawkeye do with his family got dusted? Oh, he was Ronin, because in the comics he was Ronin for a time period. But it's like you're not really fleshing nothing out.
And it don't hit because it's like Hawkeye was a cold nigga by himself as is. And then when he became Ronin, he's still cold. He's just now ruthless. They just fumbled that character.
But yeah, they never showed him go into that descent.
He just was just there. It's like they didn't
know. The blip
know.
happened, he went crazy and started killing.
Yeah, it's like
damn.
they didn't know what to do with a character with arrows. Meanwhile, fucking it's a TV show called Arrow, and they got Green Arrow down pat. Like, it's just certain shit. Like they fucked the Hulk up.
The Green Arrow is more like a Batman.
Yeah, but
just
like
with arrows, so it's easier to like put him in a mansion, give him all this high tech
fucking
shit.
Hawkeye is fucking the Wolverine of the group. He's the loner dude. But he's not like depressed and like rugged. He's just a cold nigga. Like he's a ladies' man. He's cool. He's like, if you had the Avengers and you had the team, he the nigga that's just like arguing for the sake of arguing. Like when in the comic books after Civil War, when Captain America died and he left the letter to Wolverine to say who he wanted to give the shield to, if Bucky said no, he was like, the next person who's gonna get it is Hawkeye.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that's how cold he is in the comic books. But in the movies, they just was like, whatever. And then they fucked the Hulk up. The Hulk is just as corny. It's like they don't know what to do with him. I never thought Mark Ruffalo was a good Bruce Banner or Hulk. He just looks stupid, in my opinion. It's just like
you can say that about all the Hulks though. Like
Mark Ruffalo was a bad choice. I never.
So you thought Edward Norton?
Yeah,
was a good Hulk.
He wasn't a good.
I don't think he looked the part.
It's not the look; it's the characterization. I would say because Edward Norton was more so. His character was like, "Stay the fuck away from me," because the Hulk is this dangerous entity that I got myself to where he's isolating himself, and it shows the isolation is wearing on him. Yeah. He's actively trying not to be the Hulk. Where Mark Ruffalo, it's just like, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, and that's it. Like, okay, and like. And then the Hulk became like a meme.
Marvel they got a problem with power scaling,
and they don't want to have their characters outside of being Mark. They can't have it both ways, in my opinion.
I'm just saying, if you got the Hulk as the true Hulk, how do you find a villain that is even worthy?
The Red Hulk, you got Abomination, you got what's the nigga with the green hair, his homie that ended up getting Hulkified too. You got a myriad of fucking mutants.
Red Hulk and Abomination.
You got a myriad
definitely, but they fucked him up too in the She-Hulk.
Then they got what's his name, the main bad guy that was in Brave New World with the big ass brain.
Oh yeah, the leader. Yeah.
Yakub. Then you got you know, like they got him. They got, you know what I'm saying? They got a couple characters. Then you could throw a bunch of mutant niggas at him, and he always running from the military. So you don't have to have his fucking whole rogues gallery out in the forefront. You just have to do enough to where he showcases strength, and then have him come through when shit get wrecked. Like have him go toe to toe with Thanos. Like, and this is my last part on this whole topic about comic books. My shit about Endgame, I'm still upset that it wasn't as the spectacle that it wasn't in the comic books, because they had everybody trying to fight him. Magneto, Silver Surfer, Galactus, motherfucking Doctor Doom. It was everybody trying to fight Thanos, not just the Avengers and a bunch of miscellaneous fucking Wakandans coming out of a portal.
But to be honest, it was Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, and Captain Marvel are the ones who only really fought Thanos. Yeah. The rest of them niggas was like fighting them little creature
Power
things
Ranger shit,
in the background.
Power Ranger shit, everybody fight the little minions, and then we got our showcase where in the comic books it was the X-Men, the Fantastic Four. Like, I like it when it be like the shit so crazy that the niggas you got beef with be like, hold up, we gotta jump this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we gotta jump.
I want to take over the world, but this motherfucker's off some other shit. He talking about wiping out half of what? Am I part of the half?
Yeah, right.
I want to rule everybody, so let me go ahead and fight this nigga.
But I do think that after Secret Wars, when they do this like reset or reboot,
I'm gonna be 40 years old. I don't give a fuck about this shit after that, man. I'm gonna be 40 years old. Is we even still gonna be here?